Welcome to Popcorn Pilgrims. This is Connor, Dan, Ravan and Georgie. We're on episode 2, and as I'm sure you're aware by now, we talk about film a lot.
Yes.
Today's subject of discussion is the latest hit film, musical film?
No, it's not classed as a musical.
Well, that's what we're going to debate.
Who's decided for it?
Rhapsody. And
I haven't heard of that one. Bohemian Rhapsody.
Bohemian Rhapsody. And yeah, we're basically going to debate whether that's a good film or not.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. So yeah, we've
Are
already
you
kind
saying
of...
it's not a good film?
No, I'm
just
saying
wondering-
it's a good musical.
Yeah.
If it was a musical.
Oh, you say that,
It
but have
isn't.
you ever seen We Will Rock You, which is the actual musical based off of the Queen song?
Oh, the stage production.
Yeah, We Will Rock You.
No.
Oh, it's coming to New Theatre in Oxford. If you live in Oxford, it's fantastic. You need to watch it. So that is the genuine.
Would you say it's similar to Bohemian Rhapsody?
No.
No.
There are
Say,
no real people in it. They're like the main characters are Scaramouche and Galileo.
Yeah, it's set in the
And the
like a
bad guy is
post-apocalyptic
Killer
future.
Oh, so there's a story
Yeah.
behind it that's not...
Yeah, it's a musical
There's a story.
using it's like
Yeah,
Mamma Mia.
just like
Okay.
how Mamma Mia
Just how
does
like
not
Mamma Mia.
react to like
Oh,
Abba's life.
fair enough.
But yeah.
Now, why
So,
do
for
you
that-
think Bohemian Rhapsody is a good musical?
Well, it's a good musical because the music's great to start with. And there's also like people only from cinema experience. People are only going there for the sake of the music. Like people will stay throughout the whole credits, knowing that there isn't an end credit scene. They just want to listen to the music throughout the credits.
Yeah.
So when you're only there for the music, surely that implies.
The credits have a lot of
Yeah, but-
information on what happens to them in their lives
Yeah.
as well, though.
Well,
A
because
lot
of the
people
eclipse.
stay for that, yeah.
But
That
no, like
goes on
people
quite
even
long.
stay after that.
Yeah.
People go like right till the end.
But like, it's not musical because people don't randomly break out into the songs and stuff. It just has these points where they created their songs and then you hear a bit
Actual
from
history.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I would also ask, like, I mean, we're filming this in a lovely January day. Bohemian Rhapsody's been in cinemas for like what, 3 months?
So October
Yeah,
it
long
came
time.
in.
So
Still
3
long.
months.
It's a long running film.
People are still watching it. It's probably one of the most successful films of the year.
Yeah, it's because it's won some BAFTAs that it's carried
And
on.
yeah, exactly. Even though, like, it's taken for granted that the storyline isn't completely accurate.
Yeah.
But like most people, like oh, the whole thing about Freddie Mercury's sexuality, and loads of other stuff in between that, and people know that the acting's in certain areas aren't brilliant,
Okay.
but people still watch it. It's still massive, it's still famous, and I think that must be purely because people are aware of Queen and they're there to go for the music, not for the storyline.
But that doesn't make it a musical. That like
I can agree that it doesn't deserve awards. It doesn't. Like, the acting
I
isn't
don't
good
go that
enough.
far, but yeah, alright, in certain cases.
Yeah,
maybe.
like, but I feel that a lot of people currently in the climate of the world and that as well, it's a big film because it's one of our biggest LGBT people that it's telling the story of before LGBT was really a thing.
Yeah.
And I think people want to hear that, they want to feel what he'd gone through in that. And the acting isn't great at points, but it's also very, very good at points. And some just the story in general and the script is just really powerful, the words they chose to use
Yeah.
in that.
But
So-
the whole thing about his sexuality was incorrect, wasn't it? So surely that should have had a massive uproar of people like disagreeing. Like this is
I'm not sure if it was.
because there were a lot of complaints online that he was a bisexual man, but he was portrayed in this as a gay man.
Yeah,
But
that
the-
is true.
See, I never got told that. I always got brought up by my mum, who was a big fan that, like, yeah, no, he's gay. And
Yeah, I was
even
always
watched
told he was.
documentaries from Brian May, that who obviously had a big say in how this film was made and
Yeah.
that, like, what he said went, basically.
Okay.
But, and they said, like, behind the scenes, like, they knew that he was gay.
Okay.
But, like, at that time, it still wasn't okay. So of
Yeah, it
course
was just as
it
bad.
was
wasn't
still more acceptable to be bi than it was gay.
it? Yeah.
Because you're redeemable in a
Yeah.
sense.
You have a chance to come
Yeah.
back to normal.
Exactly, but like that's what
Films
people
do that.
forget. It's
I'll do it
being
for you.
told through the eyes of the people that knew him the most. People seem to forget that. Like,
Okay.
I mean, it is, it is filled with historical inaccuracies.
yeah,
Yeah.
there always will be. They don't want to make him
But
look
I feel
bad,
with a
like-
lot of other films, like Mary, Queen of Scots, that's going to suffer for that fact. Like, for the historical inaccuracy. It's gonna
You say
suffer.
that, but we did talk about Braveheart in the past.
Well, yeah,
and
Braveheart was
that
popular.
film is
I
probably
don't- yeah.
just a historical inaccuracy.
Yeah.
I don't
but-
think, yeah.
And
that
it won
was-
Oscars.
But like again, going off the current like state of the world and that, I think Mary Queen of Scots is actually going to get really okay.
The difference though
Okay.
between the stuff that is historical pieces and biopics is biopics you can have historical inaccuracies in because it makes the film more enjoyable
Yeah.
and you can go off and tell your own stories with it as well. That
What, ask questions?
yeah, you can ask questions and you can
I
do
guess,
a
yeah.
lot more of it. But when you're wanting to do a historical piece, it doesn't get away with as much when it goes off topic because it's a historic piece. People are watching it because they want to know more about it, not what other people thought it should be. Or
I don't exactly agree with that. I see what you're saying, but film is all about entertainment. And
Yeah.
so when they do historical and biopics, it's the same rules as get it as accurate as you can, but without sacrificing it. If it's more entertaining to be historically inaccurate, then they will go historically inaccurate.
yeah.
Doesn't matter, historical or biopic, it's all about entertainment first, accuracy second. Same with Braveheart. Like Outlaw King, love it, and the ending fight had a lot of good bits, but there was a man in that fight, who was King of England in the movie, who wasn't even King of England at the time of that battle,
Yeah.
and wasn't even at the battle.
But it was still an entertaining film.
But it was a brilliant.
And that's
love that
what I
film.
see with Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah.
I completely agree with Connor's view that entertainment is first.
Yeah.
And the entertainment for this piece, Bohemian Rhapsody, is the music. Isn't it?
yeah,
Yeah.
More so than,
But-
not by much, but more so than the story of...
I mean, I'll agree
Of
with you that
Freddie
people
Mercury.
probably are going in,
Yeah.
first. A lot of people are like, I'm a big fan of Queen's music, so I'm going
Hmm.
to go and see the Queen biopic.
Yeah.
But your comment on it's a musical, I disagree with, because it doesn't actually have as much music in it as I was expecting.
Until the end.
It's
Well,
not-
until
it's
the
just
end.
the whole
where
life.
It's definitely not a
Handle.
musical in the traditional sense. Like,
I'm
for
just-
example, Mamma Mia, they'll have the song from start to finish, whereas
Yeah.
Bohemian Rhapsody will just have little snippets.
And it would just break into
but
it. In the
I
middle.
think as well
Yeah,
the reason
exactly.
they done that in Bohemian Rhapsody is because of what they were putting in at the end.
Yeah.
If you went through a whole film,
Yeah.
listened to every song in full in the film, and
Mm.
then at the end you just watched every song in full again,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you're going to get taken out of the film.
Yeah,
where
no.
if you tease songs but you give it more background, it means more at the end. And
And I
the
agree.
concert at the end was a very big part of their career.
That was, yeah.
So I think they didn't want to spoil by putting in
Uh,
full music. As
I
well.
agree with that, but I'm also going to just throw out. Did you guys see Baby Driver?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
that was edited to the beats of the songs used, and
That
I think
was.
it used more songs than Bohemian Rhapsody. So,
Possibly,
and Baby
yeah.
Driver is by no means a musical. I think we can all agree Baby Driver is not a musical.
Yeah.
But the fact that it was edited in the beats of music and had more music than Bohemian Rhapsody, I think it's fair to say that Bohemian Rhapsody cannot possibly be a musical if Baby Driver's not a musical.
I wouldn't say it was a musical, but...
It was you who went and said Bohemian Rhapsody was a musical.
No, it was Baby Driver. I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Baby Driver. You could, but people aren't really going for that for the music.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, you
trailers
can,
didn't hype it up like for the music. They hyped it up.
I'm just saying
because
you
of the
can
cast.
go for a music, still doesn't make it a musical.
No, that is true.
I wouldn't say the trailers for this just hyped up the music as well. There was plenty of like little
No,
snippets
I
of like,
feel it
oh
was-
wow, we're gonna see Freddie. Like, do you know what I mean? And like,
It was
just
relatively
snippets, but it was
50-50.
really
I was
well
hoping
done.
we
Like
were going to see Freddy.
no, but like
Imagine.
it was just really good. Little
Bohemian Rhapsody with less Freddie Mercury.
No, it was just little snippets. So you're like, okay, I actually really want to go and see how he's turned out, like how he's done it,
How he's
like,
portrayed.
yeah, because like another person that clearly the film is about their life, but it clearly is a musical because it just randomly breaks into songs, and it's the only redeeming factor of it is The Great Showman.
Yeah.
Like if you compare them, then you can definitely see that one is a musical and one isn't. Like,
In fact, The Great Showman is not a great film in the
Thank
sense of
you.
story.
Thank
I've got to be very
It's
careful.
really-
It's a very popular film.
Yeah,
and,
no.
But the thing is,
This
like,
one loves it.
it's
How dare you.
great soundtrack,
Yes.
great choreography
Yeah.
and cinematography. But every time there was like a little bit of drama, like things you could go, all right, we're getting into story. They cut to a song and skip it.
Yeah, they just blew over it, and it was such big topics as well.
So it had some brilliant moments which could have become fantastic bits of drama,
Yeah.
which then went into great song numbers. But really, if you've got the soundtrack, you've seen the movie.
Because even then, the soundtrack is only saved by the fact that they genuinely do have good singers.
Yeah.
Because at that point as well, like I wasn't really invested in the characters that much because you barely got a chance to. So it's like, okay, this is me should be so powerful.
The things of getting to know him, and the story is told through the music. It isn't just random pieces of music. All the music has the meanings in it, so the story continues through the music. It doesn't break into something that doesn't relate to the situation they're in.
It feels rushed to me.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree with you there. Like the music really does, but what I'm saying is it pulled away from the drama of the like Zac Efron, the song where it's like Rewrite the Stars.
Yeah.
I mean that whole relationship his character has in that film could have been source of some really good drama and some tense scenes.
Yeah.
But they did Rewrite the Stars,
And then that was it.
and that was it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that doesn't give the full scope of it because we haven't actually seen any of the racism or anything like that. They're just telling us that they're not allowed to be together because of this. But where's the evidence?
But the evidence was in the scenes where, like, he goes to hold her hands and the parents disapprove. When she goes to where she goes to watch the show with him and his parents are there. And
That's
again,
the same scene.
Is it? No, there's a scene where they're watching the woman sing. Yeah, and then they go to hold hands.
Yeah.
And then he freaks out because the parents come over in disapproval. And then in the scene where they go to watch another show together, his parents are there and he sort of like backs off and sort of doesn't know what to do, so she runs off. So there is definitely showings there. I just don't think it needs to go in. I think it wanted to be like a film that told stories through the music and not to be a drama where, you know, that's what Bohemian Rhapsody is. Bohemian Rhapsody is more of a drama. That's why it won an award for drama, where this was a musical, not
but it
not
was
a drama.
actually originally pegged to have a lot of awards, but because it fell so flat with its story, because that's just it. If it's not going to be a drama, don't bring up topics that are so controversial.
Yeah, but
and
they
so filled with drama and gloss over.
But you can. But they told these stories and that through their music. If you listen to the music,
I see where you come from. I will say that then, because I think if you've seen Chicago, they do what you're saying a lot better.
yeah, but only because Suffolk does it like a lot better, it doesn't mean the other film isn't
like
doing
I
it.
said, I've already stated that I think Great Showman, great choreography, great music.
Yeah,
But I don't think it was very good on the actual story intensity that I felt like it could have had.
So you're saying it's Bohemian Rhapsody in reverse? They're playing the story more through the music.
Yeah, where
Bohemian Rhapsody had a story to tell.
and
with the music being an additional.
Yeah. So, like, if you listen to, you know, This Is Me, for example, it tells the story and gives you more an in-depth look of the bearded lady character. I feel really bad that I can't remember her name.
The bearded lady.
Yeah.
So
Where-
and it's like you said that.
That's the one song that I really can't agree with it though, because he's brought them into this place. He's like, oh yeah, we're gonna be great. Like no one's gonna judge you that way.
Yeah.
And then like he just leaves her, and then suddenly she discovers it on her own. He's meant to be helping her, but even then it's all rushed. It's very rushed, I suppose.
I mean,
is
it's
the
probably
problem.
because they were skipping over all the parts where actually not a very nice man.
Yeah.
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 Of course, there was.
But that's just it. I didn't like his character until the very end. I did not like him.
Yeah, but I mean,
Yeah,
in
but
reality, he was
the
probably a lot
part-
worse.
It was, yeah. It wasn't Hugh Jackman in reality.
the mid act of that film, no, you're not men like him, because it's the showing of he becomes greedy, he wants more,
Yeah.
and he leaves the people behind. Where the third act is his redemption, and he's like, actually, these are the people I was meant to be with, and my family, and that is who I want to spend
But that's it as well, though. Like,
more
I don't
time with.
get. I never got the feeling that there was never enough proof that he was around them and good enough to them for them to care about him in the end.
Oh yeah.
So you mean they shouldn't have cared for him?
Yeah, like he was a complete
They
ditch
should've
from the
gone,
start.
good
He made it
riddance.
very clear he
Yeah.
just wanted them because they were freaks, not because they weren't normal. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then he ditches them, and they have to discover for themselves in that song that they have this inner confidence and love. And then he comes back, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we'll be there."
Well,
It's
no,
like-
that's not exactly true. But there's a very strong parts of the film where he gives them the stage and that to show their talents and stuff. And if he didn't care about them, he wouldn't have had to let them go and sort of do their own things. He could have easily sort of axed it in that when the woman come in, the popular woman. But I get the aspect of not caring in the sense, but to never have cared about them or to have been
I think
dicks to them
Well,
throughout
I
the
think
whole
that-
thing's not a true statement if you
Well,
watch
no,
the film.
yeah,
I
but the
have
thing
watched
is,
the
if
film,
you
and that's
but
feeling I
the
got.
film is very historically inaccurate.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
he didn't, how the circus he did it in his old museum. Yeah,
But like you said,
that never happened.
yeah, but like you said at the beginning,
Yeah.
entertainment takes.
Trumps.
Yeah.
But the point is
But that needs to be
Right.
to an extent.
because there was controversy about The Greatest Showman, which was they basically. I think to say a villain is wrong, but to modern, because we do get a lot of this, I find, where people compare people of the past to modern standards, which I think is wrong.
Yeah.
It's called presentism.
Oh, is
you
it?
always, that's a historical
Alright.
term. You have to.
Fancy term,
Oh,
doing
no.
that.
Where
this
you're
is why-
portraying whether it's a story of history or
Yeah.
character rather, to modern day equivalent
Yeah.
terms, whatever they be. Like in 20 years it'll be different.
But
Because
that's
that
the thing. I don't agree with that. So
But then what else can you do
Well,
for
you-
modern audiences?
I think it's when you talk about historical figures, you should be comparing them to their time,
Of the time.
because it's. But what I'm saying though is, in the film, they washed over a lot of the historical things that we would nowadays.
That is true.
Like I said, that's why there was the controversy, because by modern day standards, he was a very bad human being by
Yeah.
modern day standards.
Yeah.
But then, by that aspect, you can't really make a film about him as the protagonist in the
We-
first place.
Which,
Without
yeah,
changing
Which I'm not saying is
anything.
like a bad thing, but
I'm just saying,
maybe
you know,
you're right.
we like I said,
But I think
And-
what Connor's trying to say is they justify making him look kind of better because back then he wouldn't have necessarily been bad.
not what I'm trying. What I'm saying is that the
I get it. Like
the
back
movie
then,
just
you would have been
washed
seen
over
as a hero.
too much.
Yeah.
It's- They basically it wasn't him in the movie.
Yeah, they may as well not have chosen.
Yeah.
They may as well go in fictional.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just come up with a different character.
Yeah, just picked one out of the blue.
Yeah.
Which, judging by the evidence, I can kind of see, because there
Yeah.
would be, because it's obviously been hindered by this controversy, which lost its awards. But yeah, I do agree with your point that you don't. Sorry, Ravan, but you don't really need to watch the film.
No.
The soundtrack is enough.
Yeah,
Yeah.
An understanding, which I guess is where the depiction of a musical comes from.
Yeah.
Telling a story through the music,
Yeah.
which I guess Bo-Rap doesn't really do to an extent,
Yeah.
but does tell the story of the music
Yeah.
rather than through it.
I think we can all agree though that Mamma Mia does it perfectly.
I think we can all agree you're absolutely wrong.
Nah.
Oh, I cringe whenever I watch Mamma Mia. Watching Piers Brosnan, just think, Used to be Bond.
Yeah. You used to have something.
The first one is
You
fun.
had something going for you.
No, the
Look at you
first
now,
one is
Sal.
fun. Like, the
And
first
then-
one's fun. The second one is a bit rough.
What's even
towards
worse
the end.
is Pierce Brosnan. He's crap in it, but he kind of makes a comeback, and he's starting to do like rogue films. Then he does Mamma Mia 2, and he all goes back to square one. He's like, no. He's like going, oh no.
Oh no, I feel like we
One
should
sec.
jump onto this Patrick Stewart bandwagon.
Let's talk about Patrick
Yeah,
Stewart.
that-
Patrick Stewart's pretty badass.
Your
Give it
favourite
a
Patrick
go.
Stewart film?
I've got to pick just one.
My sort of film, it's an Instagram account, and that's him and him
His-
and go around like taking pictures everywhere.
Logan.
Wilson! Wilson.
He
Oh,
wasn't
right.
in Wilson.
Wilson.
You're thinking about Tom Hanks.
Logan, probably.
What?
Patrick
Oh,
Stewart.
Patrick, yeah,
I don't expect
Patrick Logan.
probably.
The Emoji Movie.
Oh no!
Did he play a turd?
Yeah.
Yeah, he played Pooh.
He
Yeah.
played poo.
Wasn't he in that really weird vampire one?
Probably.
Yeah.
I
The
do-
one where they're like space vampires, and she goes around.
Yes, yes, yes.
Actually,
Actually,
no,
yes, he is.
Dried mummies. Like,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, he is in that one.
Green Room.
I was going to say
Oh,
Green
Green
Room.
Room is so
That's
good.
second, yeah.
Yeah.
Second to only The Emoji Movie.
So you didn't even see it.
No.
I don't think anyone did.
Yeah.
No, they didn't. Like,
I am looking forward to his re-portrayal as Jean-Luc Picard, though, in Star Trek.
Yeah, I'm so
OAP,
excited.
or whatever he is.
Yeah, I'm so excited.
That looks really good. Destiny, is it? Was
No.
that's already out.
No, I don't know what it's called.
just confused.
All I know, I watched when he went to a convention.
He
He
announced it.
gave the big speech about how he
Yeah.
would never be Picard again, how he would never do it, and they went, but now I've got this email telling me about this idea, I'm coming back.
Yeah.
And like the entire
really good.
audience went, just roared out.
Lord, yeah.
It looks incredible because I think does he have dementia? Jean-Luc Picard
Ooh.
with dementia or something like that.
not-
No, he did in Logan.
Yeah, he didn't know.
Are you getting them mixed up?
No, he's similar to Logan in that sense, but
Yeah.
he's got, I don't know. We'll watch and find out.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Logan, I think, was genius.
Yeah, Logan's
Yeah, no.
fantastic.
I was watching a list this morning, and it was the list of the saddest deaths in films, and that was like the third one.
Patrick Stewart.
No, it was Logan.
Wolverine's
But they did mention Patrick Stewart.
Because that's pretty.
Professor X.
Yeah.
Professor X.
I think his was
Wasn't
worse than Logan's because I think as Professor
Yeah.
X he deserves so much better.
Yeah.
And then like at first I was just wondering what's he putting his like fist. I was always trying to fist bump him, but like then his skills go out like, dare you? That went OTT.
Yeah. It's a great film. So.
Fucking film, best X-Men film. Oh, that's true. Yeah.
I said that she was going to be brought up soon because at the end of what is it? The last X-Men film where they have that vial.
Oh, what?
Apocalypse.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they have the vial of DNA, and everyone was like taking note of the corporation, not the fact that it was Wolverine's DNA, and they were like, "Oh, Mr. Sinister's going to be interesting." And I was like, "No, we're going to see X-23." I was like, "I'm so excited! I was so excited!" And yeah,
No, it's like 'cause Bryan Cranston wanted to play Mr. Sinister.
well, they could still bring
Sinister
in
Minister.
Misters. That was his
Yeah.
company.
Well, no, but that yeah, but the because Fox are sort of because of course they're now being bought by Disney.
Yeah, we
So-
were talking about this. Yeah.
So I could definitely see, like, once I reckon they probably won't put into production any new films.
No.
They'll just finish what's already in production,
Yeah.
get them out, and then that's that.
Yeah, it'll be the easiest for everyone, won't it?
Yeah.
No, I think they'll just cancel everything that isn't film.
Well, yeah, but that's the thing. So the things that aren't already in
Oh,
production.
That's what I just said.
Because
Yeah,
like,
sorry.
A different word.
they because like in theory they could cancel New Mutants, but they've already
Already
filmed
filmed
it. They're doing reshoots.
Yeah, they wouldn't spend the money doing reshoots if it
but-
were cancelled.
Is it
Yeah.
the same characters in New Mutants? Like the same girl that played
No.
X-Men's?
New
No,
Mutant
no,
is
we're meeting
about
new people.
4 or 5 New Mutants, and it's going to be
It's
more
got
horror.
Maisie Williams there.
Yeah.
She's playing Wolfsbane.
No.
She's quite a big X-fan.
Oh, and Sansa was in.
It's a lot of
Apocalypse,
the young
that's weird.
X-Men, to be honest, that we haven't been introduced to yet, that are actually quite big in the comics. So
Okay.
it'll be fun, yeah.
What, are Netflix doing it?
No, Fox.
Fox.
Yeah. They own.
Sort of seems sort of think Netflix is quite expensive.
No.
Did you just go
Netflix are cancelling all their Marvel property. There's
Yeah.
some debate about why, because I don't think they've come out with an official statement as of why they're
They
cancelling.
haven't, but it's clearly because Disney are going to have their own streaming site or Marvel.
It's not because it's not that because them characters were signed over to Netflix in a deal, so it's purely because they're not just doing as well.
Well, that is
they
true.
Used to.
Well, that's the thing. Daredevil's, I think season 3 had higher numbers than season 2.
Yeah. But Daredevil was the one that
Doesn't
shocked
make
me.
sense.
Luke Cage and Iron Fist didn't.
Yeah, no.
To be honest, Iron Fist was shit.
I preferred it to Luke Cage.
No, I preferred Luke Cage. Luke Cage season 2 was quite good.
Did you watch all of them? The Netflix series?
Yeah.
Defenders?
I tried, but Luke Cage was so bad I couldn't finish it.
I got bored halfway through Daredevil series 1. To be honest.
I've watched
I
all
found
of it.
that and Jessica Jones one, but after
Jessica Jones I don't want to watch. That looks good.
Yeah.
It's got David
It's
Tennant.
got my boy.
But the rest of I just
DT.
couldn't get into. Because they made them a bit too dark and they dragged a bit.
Yeah.
We'll give it that.
No, I disagree. I think with these characters, they're not really meant to be like light-hearted characters. They're very
No, not
serious
like Captain America
characters.
and- yeah.
Yeah, but Marvel have tried and proven that you need to have some humour in there. Though you need to have the lighter aspects, or people.
And that's
do
where
get
Foggy
bored.
Nelson came in.
Yeah. And
Foggy.
even Karen at times,
Yeah.
And even Daredevil himself.
yeah, that's just it. You need to see them as human.
But that's
As much as
Iron
they are
Fist is
superheroes.
because he is quite light-hearted in the comics, where he probably shouldn't have been as dark as he was.
Yeah.
He sort of, if you ask me, had the Superman issue where they try to make Superman dark and broody. It's sort of like
Someone-
Superman's not dark and broody. Superman's my Boy Scout.
Yeah. Superman's meant to be wearing red underpants.
Give me my underpants, damn
I
it.
think where Marvel failed with, well, I say failed with the TV Netflix shows, DC should have got on the bandwagon first with Aquaman and Wonder Woman. They should have done TV series, one of Aquaman, one of Wonder Woman, and then maybe done a Justice League film after that.
You say that.
I think.
But
'cause-
they actually are doing that now, but not with them, unfortunately. Have you seen
Yeah.
Titans?
No, I
that
haven't.
is true,
But-
but
Titans is.
I think they should have started with, because instead they just look like they've copied and pasted the Marvel.
Well, see,
format,
here's what I.
which they kind of have.
What
Yeah,
I.
they even brought in Joss Whedon. Come on.
Yeah,
come on,
whereas if
give
they
us a
did
few
but they
things.
individual TV series, we get to understand the characters, have favourite characters,
Yeah.
watch Justice League, and then it's
No, see,
more understandable.
So I disagree, because I think where Marvel, if you ask me, have gone wrong, whereas DC, I think the TV and the movies should be kept separate. Whereas Marvel's trying to build this one cinematic
I
universe.
thought they did try to keep
That's-
No, they've
that's-
done the opposite.
They're all
They've
the
gone.
same. The people in the Marvel universe
Even-
on telly are the
Yeah.
same.
Even the
Oh,
Netflix series. Now Netflix
I like that.
has kept.
True, yeah.
It was a good start, a jumping off point. But the movies have basically been, we're the movies, we don't care about anything else. Yeah? Which is
Understandable.
fair enough. Netflix did a good thing in the first series. They talked about the event. They didn't even call it. They just kept calling it the event, which was the first Avengers. They talked about, but then after that, they stopped referencing the
You
movies.
say that though, but I struggled with Justice League because I love the person who plays Flash on telly. I think
Yeah.
he's fantastic. But the
So
one they
the-
got was not right. He didn't even live up to him.
But the thing is, so
remotely.
maybe it probably wasn't a good idea to have a Flash TV show and Flash in the movies.
But
Yeah.
that's the thing, they established
That is
him
true.
really well in the TV show.
Yeah, but the thing is, then they.
But you can't have the Justice League without him. It's not fair to establish him. He's really cool, everyone's enjoying
Yeah.
him, and then just take him away from us. It's not fair.
But no, what I'm
They
saying.
felt like got a budget version of the Flash in Justice League.
But what I'm
Yeah.
saying though is,
Being in both.
we're not saying
Ezra
get
Miller wasn't
stop.
right.
I'm not saying stop the Flash. I like the Flash TV show,
Yeah.
but then don't have the Flash in the Justice League movie.
But that's what I'm trying to say. It's not fair. He is part of the
he is
Justice
part of
League.
the Justice League. You can't just edit him out.
I
It'd be
really
a huge uproar.
love the fact that Marvel have kept them because
I'm
I
just saying,
get
like-
too invested otherwise, like I have with the Flash and Arrow.
I'm just saying,
And
if
all
you,
of them, and the fact that they're not going to be in the big screen. I'd love to see them on the big screen one day, and I can't now because they've separated them.
but I'm just saying, if you look at Marvel and DC,
Excuse me.
who hasn't? Who hasn't been in the Justice League? Who hasn't been in the Avengers? I mean, Charles.
Not many people.
No, but that's
The voice, this bitch.
But, you know, this is my point. It's so you don't have the Flash in the Justice League. You bring in a different DC superhero.
Yeah, but
Because
no, cause
Every single
they're
DC
the
superhero's been a.
Yeah, but they're the staple though. Like,
Or bring in a different Flash. Don't use Barry Allen.
yeah,
Use Jay Garrett. He's the
Yeah, but
original.
They've got him. Oh, they've got him in the.
Yeah, I know.
TV.
Yeah, but he only he cameos, and Wally is just.
The
not
thing
great in the
is some stories and some characters genuinely do work better as TV shows. Like, and it's been shown, like Daredevil, the film.
I liked it.
Yeah, but
It
that
was-
writing and everything was awful.
It wasn't great, but the thing is you could do a lot more with TV shows and that, and some characters just genuinely work better in that sense. Where, you know, something like Iron Man and that, they need like a lot of money, a lot of CGI and stuff like that. So when you try and budget something like that down, it becomes bad. But when you have something like the Punisher, and the Punisher and that, you know, you can have the gritty fight scenes and stuff like that, and it doesn't derail from their comic book lines and stuff. So you can have them on TV. Like if you made that Iron Man TV show, it's not going to be that great.
Or if it would be, it'd be massively over budget.
Yeah, and so some stuff genuinely just works better as TV, and I do think they should keep stuff separately, because to be honest, if you have stuff separately, you can explore a lot more, you get to see a lot more characters in that, because you have more budgets in other places.
And like, yeah, you could say with Suicide Squad,
Yeah.
I don't think that should have been a film.
No.
I think
No,
that would have worked
again,
perfectly
yes,
as a
so-
TV series.
yeah.
Well, this is why they should have introduced those guys as characters into the DC cinematic universe, because they
What, as
like,
individual
yeah, because
films?
they actually do. They have a Deadshot in there who's actually pretty damn good. They see the back of Harley Quinn at one point. So if they had the same actors, we know that we've got a good team. Why do we have to separate?
But
it?
again, going back because if you've seen Agents of Shield,
And don't forget as well, it is
Yeah.
like money talks, so
Yeah.
having people in different things creates more buzz.
I mean,
more
yeah, we can already
impressions.
tell it's more for capitalists
But-
or value.
You
I'm just saying
know
though, if you've seen Agents of Shield,
Yeah.
the lead actress in it has like gone on record complained about Marvel because Agents of Shield, some pretty big events happen in the TV show that, like I said, the movies don't care about. The movies make no comment. You know, even Joss Whedon, I think, came in a statement saying, as far as the movies are concerned, Phil Coulson is still dead. Yeah? So it's sort of like the TV shows are set in the same universe and they reference the movies, but the movies couldn't care if they existed or not. They
Well,
don't
yeah,
exist.
anyway, because the movies are there because they're dealing with the bigger problem.
Yeah, but the point is with this shared universe, it's sort of like going with this whole thing of Marvel did it well because yes, in the very first series they made subtle nods to being in the same universe, and then after that they went actually, I mean they are in the same universe, but you wouldn't know if you jumped in on some of the later series. Yeah, you would know there's a shared Netflix Marvel universe, but you wouldn't know it was a shared MCU universe.
Yeah.
And there's already talks like in 2 years' time, could we possibly see a Daredevil reboot by Disney, which would then mean not only is the Netflix then wouldn't be canon, because that's what the rumour is, that Disney wants to do Daredevil.
But why can't they just re-establish the same actors? Just take it up from somewhere else.
Well, that's the thing. The contract that they signed, so Netflix has cancelled Daredevil. Disney's not allowed to use it for another 2 years, but when they do, they're probably going to be contracted where they can't use the same actors.
I think that they'd probably be willing to pay to use them though. I think they would.
I don't.
The amount of money they've been making from taking risks like this and that, I think they would. Because we all established that we liked those actors and that.
Yeah.
There were such big buzzes and stuff.
Yeah. But I'm just not sure, because if you use the same actors, then you pretty much have to carry on the Netflix's story.
Not necessarily, you can go off. Because, like, again, I have to go to DC though, but, like, obviously they had that original Teen Titans cartoon.
Yeah.
And then they were like, right, this is a bit too dark, so we're going to restart it.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was a different animation style, but it's all the same voice cast.
Oh, yeah,
All of them.
I mean,
and they did little nods to the old one.
but
they
with
bring
the
bits in and
anime,
stuff.
that's slightly different, though. That's slightly different, because, like you said, they changed the animation. It was very
It's the
clearly
same
a...
voice cast. They had little snippets
Just
from
the
the old
voice.
show. They bring it back in that.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, with animation,
You just
very
need to
clearly...
change the mood and stuff.
Bit of mood light.
Make it red.
I don't think it's impossible. I don't. I think if they cared about a lot of their fans, they would try.
But they, you know, there's also economic value in there as well. But, you know, they're always aiming for a wide audience, aren't they? Not just
Yeah.
appealing to certain fans. Otherwise, there'd be no money made.
That is so true.
Damn bourgeoisie scum. Let's start a revolution now. Let's go Les Mis on their
Yeah.
steal a
Break
loaf of
out
bread.
into song.
Yeah. You start singing, I'll make the bread. You have been watching Popcorn Pilgrim.